Hello. Hello. Happy Sunday. Hi, Hoffer. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy. I was like, maybe I should skip the stream, but I was like, no, I want to draw. So here I am. Hope everyone's doing well. Sleepy art stream. Yeah, this is gonna be me just like, I don't know, working very slowly. So I don't know, maybe I'll warm as people come in and I start chatting, maybe I'll start warming up my energy. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How's everyone's Saturday? I didn't stream yesterday, so didn't get to see people yesterday. Today we're drawing Erenville from Final Fantasy XIV. He's a Vieira dude, an NPC that showed up in the last expansion. He's going to be playing a little bit more of a role in a new expansion apparently, so I don't know, he's just on the brain. I've never drawn him before, so we're gonna give it a try. You're also sleepy. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully your Sunday is a relaxing one and you can recover from the sleepiness. Yeah, the reason I'm sleepy is because well, let's start from so yesterday I went to there's a retro game shop, a local retro game shop that was hosting like an event, I guess. Like a game swap event. So kind of like an artist alley. You know, like they had it wasn't super big. It was like, you know, like maybe 10 vendors or something like that. All under a couple of tents with their tables, and they had just a bunch of stuff like laid out for people to come and look. So I went over there with my husband and one of our friends, and it was hosted at the game shop, so we could also check out the game store. And I'd never been there before, even though it's local. So I wanted to go. There's some cool stuff. Nothing that I really jumped on. There were a couple, like my friend asked me this too, like when we were there, and he was like, "Hey, like, what do you usually look for when you're looking at retro game stuff?" And I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know how to answer the question. I was like, I guess like Game Boy things. But then I thought about it afterwards, and I was like, I guess I really kind of look for hardware. Like, I like I have a couple of like projects I want to do with consoles, and so I guess finding like cheap consoles that I can take apart is maybe what I look most for. But anyway, they had consoles. Some people had consoles there, but nothing that was super like cheap. A lot of them were already sort of refurbished and like, oh, this one's modded with the backlit screen and it's like $150. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't, which is I think a fair price for a modded thing, but like, but then I don't get the fun of doing it myself. So I didn't really find much, but I realized, what do I plan to do with the consoles? Oh, there's a couple of projects I want to do. So one is my shopping list. My current shopping list is to get a beat up Game Boy Advance, an original Game Boy Advance, so I can. There's something called like a consolizer mod. There's like I think one or two folks who've made like a kit for this, but basically you transform your GBA into like an HDMI out compatible thingy, so you can no longer play it like alone. But you basically take the motherboard and add a bunch of stuff and put it in like a nice like 3D printed case or whatever, and then you have like an HDMI out thing. So I think that would be kind of fun. Like, I'm playing my game on my modded GBAs, but then I could also pop it into the consolizer to stream it or something like that. And so, because I mean, I could stream GBA games with an emulator, but like, if I wanted to play on the go while also playing on my computer, then I'd have to like transfer the save files back and forth. But instead, if I have like a console that's dedicated to being HDMI out, then I don't have that problem. And actually, the GBA is already spoken for, because I just remembered this morning, I was talking to my husband, that he has an old beat up GBA from his childhood that we found when we were at his childhood home last year, but decided not to take because I was already taking his like a bunch of other stuff. Like I took a bunch of games and like his old PSP and like his old DS Lite. So we decided not to take that one, but then we're gonna be back there later this year. And I was like, oh, I could just, and he was like, you could just use that for this consolizer project. And I was like, oh, you're right. So it's kind of spoken for. So I have and I just need the kits to come back into stock, because the people who make the kits, I think they're like, short on parts and stuff. But anyway, but there's plenty of time. And then the other project I wanted to do was, I need to find a beat up Game Boy Color, a functional but beat up Game Boy Color. The screen does not have to be working, because I'll probably just just buy a new screen. But I want a Game Boy Color. There's something called a Poco, a Pocket Color, Game Boy Pocket Color, which is a fairly popular mod, I would say. But it's basically a Game Boy Color innards with a Game Boy Pocket outside. But it's a little bit difficult because you kind of have to like cut stuff up, and yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but it's fairly popular, so it's kind of well documented. Lots of videos and stuff. And I actually already have the kit for that. I just don't have a Game Boy Color to take apart, so I need to find one of those. Wouldn't it be cool if you could do that with a DS and use a drawing tablet for the touchscreen? Oh yeah, that'd be so cool. I wonder if anyone's done that. I was actually looking for DS Lite mods because as I mentioned, we have my husband's old DS Lite, and the screens need repairing. They're super yellow, and they're kind of screwed up because of humidity. So there's like a big like damp circle in the middle of each of the screens. But it doesn't look like there's too much. There's not a lot of modding for the DS Lite. I don't know why. But I also didn't look too hard. Still have my old purple GBA with Pokemon Ruby in it. Lots of hours with that thing. Yeah. Yeah, my childhood GBA. I had a blue Game Boy Advance SP. I couldn't find it. I swear I don't think I sold it. I don't think I would have, but I can't find it. I thought for sure I had it with me in California, but I can't find it anywhere. And then last time I visited home, I looked all over for it and I couldn't find it there. I don't know what happened to it. Hello, Greg. How are you? Have you been the last week? Doing pretty good. I was just talking about how I went to a local like retro game swap, and then I went and then I didn't buy anything. But also I'm sleepy because okay. So the reason I'm sleepy. Oh wait, the GBA was kind of my primary game console when I was a kid, even over a home console. I think that's true for a lot of people. Definitely. I think the first game console we had ever was the Game Boy Color in our house. Yeah, so definitely a lot of hours on that. Gamer Beeb, hello. Hello. Hope you're doing good. We're just having a sleepy art stream today. I'm a little bit sleepy. I wouldn't recommend buying things. It's expensive. Ain't that the truth? So true. Hello, Crazy Returns. Hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, I was just talking about my weekend. Yeah, so the reason I'm sleepy, well, okay, this requires a little bit more preamble. So I went to this retro thingy. I didn't buy anything, except I realized that I was like, oh, maybe they have a original PSP cable. Because you know how I took my husband's old PSP when we last visited his childhood home, but he didn't have the cable. And so I haven't been able to like turn it on or anything, charge it up or anything like that because we didn't have any cables that were compatible with it. So then I had the thought while I was at this retro game thing, I was like, oh, maybe the shop has some original PSP cables and like I should just buy one. And they did. I bought one. Which I now have to return because I didn't. Okay, whenever you buy secondhand cables, make sure to check the like plastic, like the plastic casing. Doing well, better now that you're streaming. Oh, what a sweet thing to say. Thank you. Yeah, hope you enjoy the stream. But yeah, always check the plastic housing for cables. I got home and I was like cleaning it off because like, you know, there was some, it's a used cable. There's some like unknown crust on it. So I was cleaning it. And then I noticed it looked like there was a little bit of like, there were like cuts into the plastic. I think maybe like a dog had like bitten it or something like that. So the wire wasn't exposed, but I don't know. It was like sort of iffy. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go exchange this. But anyway, it worked good enough for now. I plugged it in. Oops. And the console did turn on. But I noticed some things wrong immediately. One was the screen is also real screwed up. It is a little bit yellowed, not as bad as the DS Lite, but it's definitely there's that like humidity circle in the middle of the screen, so you can see this like big like round stain in the middle, like a water stain. So definitely the screen needs to get replaced. And then also I noticed the battery wasn't charging. Like the PSP will turn on with the external power cable connected, so that's good. Like the PSP itself works, but the battery was not working. So anyway, Never had that happen to an old screen. Yeah, I've encountered it a couple of times actually. It kind of makes sense because I think I've mentioned this. My husband's from Singapore, so and that if you've ever been to Singapore, you'll probably know it's an extremely humid place. So, I mean, I think typically people there often have like dehumidifiers running and things like that, and so to make it kind of bearable indoors, but you know. It's just constantly humid, and so you leave something in a box for 20 years, it's gonna get some humidity damage. Books will get mold and things like that. You have to like really be careful. So yeah, the DS Lite and the PSP, both childhood objects for my husband's home, had that humidity damage. And then weirdly, my very first retro toy repair I ever did, the Digimon. The Digimon, what was it called? The Digimon Terminal? That one had a humidity problem as well. Like what happens is that the backing of the screen is like stuck to the LCD. So the LCD itself isn't damaged necessarily. It's like the paper got wet and then got kind of like sticky. When it rains, it Singapore's. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. But yeah, so somehow I've encountered it, but I didn't know it was just the paper problem when I did that first repair. I ended up like removing way more stuff from that old LCD screen than I needed to. Anyway, but I learned my lesson there. Did you thought about that joke the last 20 minutes? Wait, can I say something kind of funny? Oh gosh, what happened this morning? I made a joke this morning. I couldn't remember. Oh yeah, I made a joke. I don't remember how I came up with this, but I was like, "Hey, husband, what did one nose say to the other nose? To the nose that was bigger than it is?" And then he was like, "What?" And then I said, "It's not fair." And he's like, "That doesn't make any sense." I was like, "Okay, let me come up with a different one. What did the nose say to the other nose that had ice cream when he didn't have ice cream?" And then he said, "What?" And then I said, "It's not fair." And he's like, and then he was just like silent for like 10 seconds. And then I was like, "Are you silent because you're trying to think of your own joke?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he doesn't laugh, he doesn't react to my joke. He's just like thinking like, okay, my turn. Anyway, that happened this morning. I'm working so slowly. The contest. It's a contest. It's 100% a contest. You understand. Also, is the music too loud? Hopefully it's okay. I think it's okay. You should ask why 6 is afraid of 7. No, I know that one. It's great volume? Okay. Competitive jesting. Indeed. Yeah, but anyway, the reason I'm tired is because I was able to finally turn on the PSP for the first time after bringing it home. But that opened a whole can of worms, which was, how do I fix this PSP? So anyway, the long story short is I stayed up till like 2 a.m. looking up PSP repair videos and like researching like parts. Because, these are old consoles and they're not as popular as like Game Boys, Oops, why is this not like, oh, I'm in the wrong mode. It's not as popular. So like, I was like, okay, well, I need a new screen. Turns out that people do make like nice like IPS screens for the model of PSP that we have. Which, like, where's like a reputable place to get them that, because with a screen, it's like, you want to make sure it's from a place that has good quality control, that like isn't gonna have like dead pixels, that like doesn't have like a weird color tint or whatever. But the answers are like, you kind of just have to find whatever you can on Amazon or AliExpress and then just kind of cross your fingers. Because it's not really like a popular mod to do, I guess. So anyway, I ordered an IPS screen to like fix that busted up screen we have. And then I found like, I was trying to figure out whether I needed to buy like a knockoff battery, because the real ones aren't made anymore, right? So I was like, do I need to replace the battery? If I can use the original battery, that would be great. So I was trying to figure out if there was some way to like magically resurrect the battery, which involved things that I don't think I'm skilled enough to do, like opening the battery and like getting some wires and hooking it up to another battery and then sort of like manually charging it. I was like, I'm going to like blow something up, maybe myself. I don't think I should do this. I don't even know how to use a multimeter. Like, what am I doing? So anyway, yeah, I was like, should I follow this random Redditor's instructions? I don't know. Maybe this is not a good idea. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll just buy the aftermarket battery and just see if it fixes the problem. But if it doesn't, then I have to, you know, there's some problem with like the charging port maybe, or like the internal like I don't know what you call it, that like internal battery that like powers the motherboard, the CMOS, whatever it's called, internal memory thingy. Make sure you find the most bloated and inflated lithium-ion battery you can find. The bloating means full of energy. Sounds good. No, but that's what makes me so sad, because like the battery, like that happens to old Li-ion batteries, right? But the battery in my husband's old PSP, it's like in perfect shape. Like it's not bloated at all. Like it looks totally fine. So I was like, it doesn't look, it's not like busting open or anything. Explosive gaming experiences, yeah. Like I feel like if I attempt to do anything with a battery, I should get my I have a friend who's you know, a lot more experience with hardware stuff. I need to do this with like supervision if I attempt it. But yeah, I asked him. I was like, yeah, this is what I was doing last night. I was looking up all these videos, and he's like, you should just try to get a new battery. I was like, okay. Seems kind of a waste though. Perfectly good original battery, but maybe it's too far gone. I have no idea. I'm looking for a reference for what crates look like in Final Fantasy 14. Need to look at some boxes. We can supervise you, stream the process. Somebody a while ago on my stream was like, what if you died on stream? And this would be how that happened. if I attempt to do this on stream. Also, I need to like be in like a ventilated place, which the air, I guess I could just open my windows, I don't know. But I would have to put my cat somewhere, because my cat would be in blast radius. What Huevember is this? This one's number 27. I have slowed to a crawl when it comes to finishing these, but I'm so close to being done. They don't explode as much as they catch fire and smoke off a ton. Just never breathe in if that happens. Yeah. Yeah, Greg was the one who asked me, what if I die on stream? If that happens, it's gonna be because of a battery. There's some tech repair streams and stuff on Twitch. I wonder if someone online might be a good resource for it. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I've seen some battery tips here and there. I just don't know how, like... I don't know how to distinguish between, like, trustworthy advice versus not. That's the problem. Like, there's plenty of guides on, like, oh, here's how you take apart your battery, and, like, this is how you, like, whatever. But I'm like, do I do what this person did? Or do I keep my life intact? I don't know. Is this dangerous? Because, like, sometimes you'll see these, like, videos or whatever, and then you'll see, like, a comment under it that's like, never do this! If you do this, the universe will fold in on itself. And then you're like, oh God. And then, you know, another comment be like, how could you post this? This is so irresponsible. Like, this is extremely dangerous. And I'm like, oh. Batteries are something I've never really messed with. Yeah, I'm scared. As someone is streaming similar levels of repair and they still have all their fingers, I think they're probably all right. That's true. Or maybe they're just luckier than I am. That's what you asked before becoming a VTuber. Should I do this? Should I ruin my life? On the contrary. I feel like streaming has become very... It's a thing I look forward to. I'm enjoying it very much. What background do I need a color here? Oh my god, I forgot I was doing Huevember. I forgot I was doing Huevember. I need to pick a hue. I need to look at what hue I'm supposed to be using. I was just gonna start like coloring randomly. Okay, there's my hue wheel. Yeah, messing with batteries is usually a no-no. Yeah, I'm scared. And like, you know, all batteries are, like, the different types of batteries are all different and like, they all kind of react differently. I don't know, I'm scared. Oops, you got the extra special 100,000 exploding dangerous battery that looks like a normal battery. It was a trap! A trap. You're too distracted by chat. Perhaps. I was distracted by chat. I was also distracted by being a little bit sleepy. I'm drinking some tea right now. And by tea, I mean boba. I can splice mains voltage handling devices, but I fear lithium batteries. Uh-oh. Maybe I should be... See, this is a problem. I have no healthy fear. I have no healthy fear of hardware. I've not yet encountered, like, danger. What flavor of boba? I pressed the send button too soon. Oh. I thought you were just really, like, excited. You're like, what? What boba do you have? I have, this is a lemon green tea. That's my staple. It's also the flavor that my dentist told me to stop getting because it's bad for my teeth apparently. But I'm still getting it. Maybe I should stop. But that's my go-to flavor. Work on the battery underwater so I can't get fire. Tap forehead. Genius. It works for onions. You cut the onions underwater. I've never tried it though. I hear that all the time. But don't you think the onions would just kind of like float around and then you just have wet onions? I don't know. It doesn't seem that like... I've heard that. But has anyone tried cutting onions underwater? It's supposed to make it so you won't cry because the spicy air doesn't like get into your eyes because it's underwater. And then your onions are wet though. And you just have like wet chopped onions. Wet onions and underwater. 2 for 1 deal. Delicious after dropping refreshment. Yum, 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 yum. Onion water. It sounds healthy for you. Probably wakes your digestive system right up. I'm just gonna accept that I am gonna make no progress on this drawing today. I'm working at a snail's pace. Hopefully it's still interesting to watch. Okay, let's block in our colors though. We can... Let's see if we can arrange what we want to see. Yeah, but anyway. Now I'm obsessed. Yeah, I bought a bunch of parts. They're gonna be coming in on Tuesday. At least I'll try seeing. Hopefully the new battery will work. If it doesn't, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because, like, the other options are, like, you replace the battery that's on the motherboard, and I watched a video of somebody doing it, and it looks really hard. I, like, do not have the tools to do this. You need one of those, like, electronics hot air guns. Because it's just, like, a little bit too difficult to take off otherwise. And then, yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. And I also want to buy... I wanted to buy a replacement screen for the DS Lite. My husband's DS Lite, but it, yeah, for a CMOS battery, yeah. It looks really hard. Just, like, really stuck on there. I don't know. I'm sure if I just, like, fussed with the soldering iron long enough, it would come off, but it seems real... I don't know. I'd be sweating. I'd be, like, accidentally pulling stuff off. I don't know. I would break something. But, yeah, I don't know. It looks hard. Yeah, but I want to buy replacement screens for the DS Lite, which I haven't found because it doesn't seem like there's any good ones. Like, there's actually a couple on Amazon, but the reviews are like 3 stars. It works. It's a little bit like red tinted or something. And then you look at the picture they attached, and it's like evil Mario's on the screen. You're like, that doesn't seem right. Creepypasta red tinted, yeah. Never know till you try. That's true. I mean, I could just I could just relegate myself to a life of only playing the PSP while it's plugged in, but that seems a little bit sort of defeating the purpose. How was Legaia on Friday? It was good. I attempted some of the difficult, like, side quests. Got beat up by an extremely strong chicken. I decided I was not... Well, not I decided. It was very clear that I was not strong enough to defeat the chicken. The optional boss chicken. And then we went to the boss. The actual boss. Ending boss. Which was weirdly... a lot easier than the chicken. Like, I guess I just got really good RNG because the boss, the final boss has, like, is supposed to have, like, cool final attacks, but he just, like, decided not to do any of them. So I got out of it, like, pretty scot-free. Like, I really didn't take that much damage at all. And then we saw the ending, and there's a couple of different endings. Oh my gosh, there's a couple of different endings, depending on what you choose. So, boss was scared. He was scared. But yeah, depending on what you choose. So it goes to this, like, epilogue. And I'll you know, for people who want to watch the VOD, I won't, you know, go into too much detail so you can enjoy the VOD, but, like, it goes into this epilogue after you beat the boss, and then, like, somebody comes up to you and is like, so Vaughn, like, what are you gonna do now? And then you have 4 options, and depending on what those 4 options are, you get, like, different interactions with the NPC, like, story NPCs. Like things will sort of fold out differently, like whether or not you're gonna be together with May, whether or not you're, you know, so-and-so does, like, a thing, or, like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So we played through all 4 of those with the magical powers of completely legitimate console. And yeah, it was fun. It was really it was fun to compare the different endings. And it was fun thinking about, like, what feels canon, I guess. There was definitely an ending where I was like, I do not accept this as the canon timeline. This is unacceptable. How do I feel having finally finished? I don't know. I feel very accomplished. Yeah, it's a game a childhood game that I just never finished, so it feels like kind of coming back to it after so long is really nice. I feel like I finally got to see the ending. It's sort of like how I felt when I finished watching Fruits Basket, like a show that I was really into when I was a young girl, and then like, you know, 20 years later, I finally watched the ending and I'm like, ah, that's what happens to all the characters. Many people have said that about the real world. I can't accept this timeline as canon. Yeah. But you know, that's basically the power move of shonen protagonists, right? That's how they do their things. They can't accept... So I don't know. It's a fine philosophy to have, I think. I can't accept this timeline as canon! And then you do your super move. But the power of being very stubborn. Yeah, it was good. I feel like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Legend of Gaia. I'm very glad I streamed it. Means you can't accept things that happened in the past. Oh, I see what you mean. I believe that's the plot to Guilty Gear. Oh. Guilty Gear has some crazy good character designs. I don't know much about Guilty Gear, but... Actually, I don't know much about most fighting games, but they tend to have, like, really cool character designs. Only time travelers defy it. Like Doctor Who! Always a lot of fun to watch the streams. Yay, I'm so glad. Yeah, I was very pleased with kind of Noah's character, especially. I don't know. I think the devs just did a really good job with Noah, I think. They just did a good job with her. Too dark. Not gray enough. Hello! Hello, Jesse Highwind. I want to smush my face against Erenville's face. Get in line! Don't we all? Hey, Paragliver! Welcome. Just having a sleepy little art stream. Yeah, Erenville is very cool. He's just like a cool dude. People in queue. Everybody. Every single player. Final Fantasy XIV player. My channel's getting big? You think so? I don't know. Just an itty bitty channel still. I like it that way. I did reach the 200 mark a little while ago, which was kind of fascinating. I see one of your recent streams had 200 viewers. What happened there? Oh, oh gosh, what was I streaming? What was I streaming then? I think it was GamerBeep actually. Somebody raided me with like 300 people. Yeah, somebody raided me. Yeah, it was a wonderful life, and I was like, I'm literally just running around like talking to NPCs. And then I was like panicking. I was like, I have to be funny. I have to be funny. Quick, be funny. Yeah, that was GamerBeep. Yeah, GamerBeep was, I think you were streaming Ooblets, right? I don't know, you had like a very big Ooblet stream, and then you raided into my stream. I need to come watch one of your Ooblet streams. I want to see what Ooblets is like. It seems cute. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, the number of followers isn't quite I think people come watch for different games. That's probably a typical thing though. But yeah, I don't know. Like, there's some people who only come for like Legend of Gaia, and you know, who knows if they'll stick around for other games. But like, which is like totally fine. And then there's some people who come watch for art, and then some people who watch for other things. So I don't know. It's like everybody comes for like different stuff. Some people come for Tamagotchi Tuesday. Got rated by that big raid and passed it along to you. Ah, thank you. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like there's a couple people who show up in like kind of everything. Yeah, so a lot of regulars, but also like some people who are, you know, just there for a particular game. It's fun. Tama Tuesday. I would say hi more often, but our time zones are not very compatible. Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. Yeah, don't worry about it. I appreciate it when you do come say hi. I do know that some people watch at like weird hours, which I really do appreciate, but I also wish I wasn't interrupting people's sleep schedules. Love all JoJo stream. Oh, thank you. You're so nice. Usually you stream while I'm asleep. Usually I stream while I should be asleep. But yeah, I don't know. I've thought about changing up my stream times sometimes, but it's hard to. I don't know. Late evenings just work better for me. I don't know. I'm loving Ooblets. Someone on the Ooblets Discord posted an Ooblet Tamagotchi, and I thought of you. Oh, I'll have to see that. Tama Tuesday, yeah. I'm really. Oh, they updated the game. I haven't logged in since they updated it, but the devs put out an update, and they fixed a bunch of the bugs. So a lot of the quests that I couldn't finish, I should be able to finish them now, which is exciting. And then I don't know what else they added. I haven't looked at the updates, but yeah, the devs like created a Discord, like a Tamagotchi Adventure Kingdom Discord. So I got in there right away. So yeah, it's like becoming a whole big thing, which I'm very excited about. Busier turns and I will be in bed ready to sleep, but see you go live, and then we'll put you on the big screen and watch you in bed. Aw, that's nice. I'm glad I can be cozy stream time. I don't know, not how. This is my first time drawing Erenville, and like this is what I mean when I say I struggle with like hot dudes. Like I want to make this man look handsome, but he just looks kind of like a, I don't know. He's very baby faced. Like I can't draw different faces. Oh well. I'm gonna try not to be too like fussy over it. I don't know how to draw. Tragically, he is baby. I applied for a new ID card this week because mine's expiring this year. Ah. Very responsible. I always hate when I have to do that. Just like, oh no, I have to go to the government office. Sometimes. I don't want to go to the DMV. Guy saw my photo, he said, "You look barely changed in 10 years." How did you feel about that? Is that a good thing to you? Good or bad thing? I know for some people that would be a good thing, and some people that would be a bad thing. I was gonna say yeah, still haven't gotten handsome, unfortunately. Aw. Oh no! That is a funny comeback though. I don't know how to draw these like two-toned hair. I think I talked about this when I went to the post office to oh, what was I doing? What was I doing that I needed my ID for? I think I was trying to open a PO box and they needed my ID. And the lady there was like, she like, I gave her my driver's license and then she looked at me and then she looked at the ID. And then she was like, "Are you sure this is you?" And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "You look too..." Oh, what did she say? I can't remember if she said I looked too young or too old. I don't know. Anyway, she didn't believe that my ID was me. Oh no, sorry, the ID was somebody else. Oh, that one was my counterfeit ID, sorry. That one's my fake one, sorry. Here's my real one. Can't wait for the Erenville queue to get larger. Hope so too. I haven't played the... man, does he show up in the new story quest that just came out? I haven't played the new story quest yet. I was gonna do that after this stream. Just a little bit of identity theft, yeah. I don't know how to... I don't really know what's going on with the lighting here. What do I do? Like this. You look too polite in this photo. You look too polite. The creature that stands before me is full of chaos. Does not compute. Yeah, but she was very suspicious. She was like squinting at me, and then I just stood there like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know, if you don't believe that's my ID, I do not know what I could say that would convince you. That's literally me in the picture, I don't know. I just stood there and kind of was just like quietly like... And then she like slowly gave me back the card, and I was like, thank you. I won't say more then. I will say Erenville and Walker has been my spirit animal for reasonable union working conditions. He's a very admirable character, I would say. Just a cool dude. Like he hasn't like done much, but he just has like, I don't know. He has a cool vibe, you know? He's just like very like... He kind of reminds me of that, you know, like the character trope of like, you know, you have your group of protagonists and they're like trying to accomplish a thing, and then there's sort of like a, like not quite a villain, but not quite a good guy character that like shows up sometimes and like sometimes gets in their way and sometimes helps them. Like sort of this like, no, not quite anti-hero, because they're not like a main character. I'm trying to think of an example. Let me try to think of an example. Oh, like, wait, no. Will people know? Like Kara from Legend of Legaia? But this only might make sense if you've seen my Legend of Legaia streams. Or like, oh, like Rouge from Sonic. You know what I mean? Like, she's not like, she's sort of a good guy, I guess, now. But like, you know, she kind of shows up and she's like, hey, this is my jewel, you know? And then, or like, sometimes she'll like help, right? Like, I feel like Erenville is on that spectrum, but like a little bit nudged more towards the good guy side than the rival side. Like, he kind of just like shows same character. Yeah, exactly. I thought of Karen, then I was like, wait, who's the other character that more people would know about? But yeah, but he's kind of like there. Like, he shows up. He doesn't like interfere, but he's not like morally like, we must save the world for the good of the universe, you know? He's not like a lawful good or even like neutral good, I would say. Like a very neutral kind of character with like some positive leadings. That's the impression I had of him in Endwalker, at least. But I'm curious to see how he's gonna play out, because he seems like he's in the trailers for like the new expansion. He's gonna be around. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I don't know. Like, not quite a good guy. But we'll see. Kind of like a chill, like neutral, like not overly bothered person. I'm still new to the games, but like Edgeworth? Oh! Edgeworth is kind of. I would say Edgeworth has more angst, has a little bit more edge than Erenville. Erenville's kind of cheery in comparison, I would say. I'm so excited for you to play more of those games, though, Melodica. I love watching people play Ace Attorney for the first time. Edgeworth is more threatening. Yeah, he's got some danger vibes. Okay. I don't know. What should I do with the background? I need a color in the background. Otherwise, I'm gonna get confused about the color stuff. What is the general color of the city that we see him most often in? Kind of a gray-green color. Gray? Blob and some gray? And like stone walls and pillars and stuff. And some more contrast in the background. Edgeworth. I need to be careful to say what I say things about Edgeworth. By the way, did you all know that there's an Ace Attorney anime? I haven't watched it. I watched like the first episode. The animation quality is terrible. But it is fun because if you're like, what would an Ace Attorney anime opening be like? You now know. I believe, I can't remember if it's the ending or the opening, but there's a couple of scenes where like Phoenix and Edgeworth are very like dramatically, they're like holding like a chain, like a metal chain of links between them, and they're like pulling on it and like looking at each other. Very dramatic. I'd seen clips for looking for how characters are vaguely supposed to sound. Ah, I see. Yeah, because I guess they don't talk that much in the games, so that would have to be a reference. I want them to make more live action movies. Oh, I need to see the live action Ace Attorney. It looks ridiculous. I really want to watch it. Live action looks great. That's a thing. Yeah. There's a live action drama. And I think there might also be a musical. So you will see a live action musical. So like Edgeworth and Phoenix singing, everybody singing. The only canon Ace Attorney media is him being Marvel versus Capcom. Yeah, little known fact. Phoenix Wright was a very popular fighting game character before they turned him into a GBA game after the fact. I'm kidding. This is a joke. There's a stage musical. Yeah! Sorry, I'm trying to get my Tamagotchi because it's dying. Beeping. Tamagotchi, don't die. Okay. Yeah, there's a stage musical. I love that they literally put a lawyer in a fighting game for laughs. Yes. I mean, how could they not? Phoenix Wright has attacks. Objection! All that. No, not the Tamagotchi. It's okay, he's fine. He's doing okay. No Tamagotchi's harmed in the making of this. I don't know what I'm doing in this background. I'll just leave this kind of blobby like this. And then we'll color this more gray, more brown, yellow. What is wood color? I don't know. Is this wood color? This wood color? Don't know. 3D settings music, yeah! System settings. I don't know what playlist I'm listening to. But good job, Spotify, whatever you're doing. Okay. Yeah, but the stage musicals, if you've never watched like an anime-based stage musical, Japanese stage musical, I recommend it. They're usually extremely ridiculous. I've actually only watched the Prince of Tennis musicals. And they're like very stupid, but like in a really good way. So if you want to watch a bunch of people, grown men cosplaying as teenage boys, playing tennis, pretend tennis on a stage and singing songs about it, is really good. It's very funny. Who didn't watch Tempuri stage with their fans? Yeah! I remember struggling really hard as a kid trying to find the Prince of Tennis stage musicals. Because they were kind of a little bit hard to find, I guess, for, you know, I don't know, when I was like 13 or whatever. Very glorious. Intense music. Taking a ridiculous anime. My baby's first sports anime and turning it into a musical. Very good. One of the songs is very briefly in the Nico Nico Doga medley. We are the Prince of Tennis. Comet Observatory. Yeah. You know, I've never played Mario Galaxy. I've never played either of them. But there's two, right? You play it. We need more of that stage musical in the States. I hope so. I hope anime stage musical becomes a thing. Hoffer is surprised. Like, everyone talks about Rosalina, and I'm like, she's cool. She looks cool. I don't know anything about her, though. I know she's, like, tall. I know she's tall, but that's all I know. I already missed out on really good Idol stage shows. I've never watched any Idol one. Well, actually, you know, I haven't watched that many stage shows in general. Or, like, fandom stage shows besides the Prince of Tennis ones. Are there any that are just like generically considered good? I know when I was in Japan last year, I saw a lot of ads for a Final Fantasy X stage show. Or it was like, it wasn't even like a musical. It was like a kabuki, like a kabuki theater thing. Like all, like the costumes were like the, oh gosh, I don't know what to call it. Like the costumes were like the, you know, like the painted faces, like with the big, like the big fancy outfits, you know? I remember seeing that. And then I know, like, I think now there's a Spirited Away stage show. Maybe not now, but like somewhat recently, there was a Spirited Away stage show that was apparently also pretty good. Bleach had a good cast. Oh. Maybe I should watch it and like refresh myself on that plot. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Bleach. I haven't checked in on it in a very long time. Waiting for the Edgeworth game to be ported to Switch. Oh, the Edgeworth game! I played a fan translation of it years ago. Many years ago. Edgeworth game. It's a good game. Gotta play the Edgeworth game. Oops, wrong layer. Oops. God. Bit too dark. Shadow is too harsh. What if you finished a game on stream, a family of 6 dies? How would I proceed with that? I would stop playing games until I found out what curse has been casted on me. And then figure out how to end the curse, and then I would continue playing video games. I would go on an adventure to figure out what like entity I've upset. You could play games up to 90% completion and then finish off stream. Ah, the family of 6 only dies if I finish the game on stream. Eee. There's no lifting the curse. God put it in you? Then I have to kill God. Like in Final Fantasy 14. And Final Fantasy 10? And Final Fantasy 9? Are we allowed to talk about the Dawn trailer here? Dawn Trail trailer. The Dawn trailer! Yeah, sure! I don't think it's overly... I think most people who are excited about Final Fantasy 14 have probably seen it. Yeah, feel free to chat about the trailer. I've only watched it like once. I'm sure there's a lot of things in there I missed. Killing God's a little try-hardish, but okay. I have experience. So many games. God put it in me because I've become too powerful. Because all these games I play are about killing God in some form or another. I love how they rendered Erenville skin in the trailer. Yeah. The trailers always look very good. Yeah, I wish I could do his face justice. I feel like I didn't like make his face look right. Because I can't draw like hot dudes. Like I can't draw them with their like nice noses and their like smart looking eyes. Oh well. That's okay. I'll do my best. I need to render the lighting on these crates. How do I draw a wooden crate? I don't know. I feel like the boxes look a bit too yellow? I don't really know. But yeah, we got a nice shot of Erenville in the trailer. And then the new character, I forget her name, but the new character also looks really cool. What am I doing? Wrong layer. Here. Okay. Ugh, that's not the right color. Oh, yes. I don't know how to draw boxes. Wooden objects are so hard to draw. I don't know how to draw them. Does this look right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to struggle with this. Why did I draw so many boxes? So much DJ Cutman in this playlist. Yeah, I don't know what I'm listening to. What am I playing? What am I now playing? View. Oh. How do I check? Oh, Q. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's just... Yeah, it's just picking DJ Cutman songs. All good. DJ Cutman does good stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna follow my instincts. I'm gonna follow my instincts with this coloring. The... Yeah, the boxes look too... I don't know. What are they? They look like sand. It doesn't look like wood. How do I make it look like wood? Does it need to be more, like, gray? Kind of more washed out? Darker? They own Game Chops. Ah. I see. So it's all game. It's basically all DJ Cutman. I did not know that. It kind of makes sense though. Did they make this playlist that I'm listening to? This is like I need to find some new playlists. Lo-fi Nintendo. Nah, I don't know. It's a good playlist. It's chill. Again, I'm not like a super like musically inclined person, so I tend to just like let Spotify do the work for me. How do I make wood look wood colored? I need to like darken. Ugh. Wood colored? Ah, this doesn't look right. I don't know. I don't know how to draw. It's all in the texture. Perhaps you're right. But the sides should definitely be a little bit darker. They're not getting as much light hitting them. Where's my dang reference? Calm the texture. That's true. How badly can I half-ass these crates and have them still look like crates? And get away with it? Metal texture? High contrast? Contrast. This? And write wood on them, people will understand. I gave up. You're gonna have to render this in your mind. Finish the drawing in your imagination. You'll see what I was going for. You'll see what I was going for. It's fine. That does not look like a crate. It's just like gray. Maybe it's this gray, like. Please upgrade to an RTX 4090 to render this wood texture. My drawing is so good. You need a top tier graphics card in order to look at it. You need a top tier graphics card to even look at it. Kind of. Doesn't seem like it blends in quite well with the background. You need to blend in some like ambient like green. Yeah, that makes more sense than this like bluish color I've been using. Something like that. This one should be a bit more. Maybe I need to just like move the tint over to like a more greenish, a yellow greenish, and then it will blend in with the background a bit more. Thing like this. This plank lines help, yeah. Okay, that's good. And then a little bit of like red shadow on the metal to help it stand out. I don't know. My brain is too tired for this. Didn't? Like it looks like skin. I have like skin crates. Skin crates. How do I draw a crate? I'm gonna look up an example of painting of wooden box. No, this gets me painted wooden boxes. I want to paint a wooden box, but not like this. Painting of wood planks. Fleshy crates. It's fleshy. No, the search results are only showing me wood that is painted. Not a painting. Still a live painting. Painting of wood. This is better. Wood. Warhammer-esque crates. Why would Warhammer crates look like? Oh. they're very angular. They look like you could live in them. Okay. I found, yeah, it's really just all about the wood grain, huh? I don't know if I've kind of a more yellowy color than this like peach color that I have. Yellow. A yellow like gray. It ends up looking a little bit green. Oh, that's not quite it. Feels like something Warhammer would do, turn a human into a crate. Oh no. Green, green, green. Gosh, the rest of the stream is gonna be me just... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give up on the crates for a while. No, actually, I'm not giving up. Never give up, never surrender. Not even to your own drawing that you're trying to make. I'm just gonna not worry about the color. We'll just do the values. Okay, we're just gonna do the values. This is gonna be a darker. Okay. Cube. Some dark shadow here. Same here. This is gonna be kind of a... Okay. Cube. Accurately I can't talk. Accurately lit cube. Problem for future joy, exactly. This will simply create more problems down the line. I like it. That's a good one. Okay. Problem for future joy is right. Not gonna... Okay, we just have vaguely green boxes that are kind of lit in the proper way. Then I don't know, maybe I'll like slap a texture on there or something, or draw a texture on it. Okay, weird like mossy green boxes. But this is fine. This is fine. How do I draw a barrel? Barrel! Barrel! Kind of the same like metal color here. Same like top that is lit by the sun. Okay. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know. And then for this crate down here, I mean, maybe the whole thing looks kind of weird because of this bottom crate, which is sort of flesh colored still. I think it looks good so far. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. A bit of a shadow here because of Erenville sitting or standing in front of it. So something like this. Inside of the box is gonna be this. So, I don't know. Something like this is kind of how the shadows are gonna work out. Not sure. There's a bit of a gap of light because of the hole between Erenville's arm and his side. Something like that. The background still looks a little bit like... Hey Joey, what if someone sent you videos of them printing your drawings and eating them? I guess I would ask them why they're doing that. I'd be curious. Do they think they are going to get new powers? I'd like to know. To draw and fill in these creatures. For fiber? They... WLU? What's WLU? They wouldn't reply? Oh, that's fine. I don't know. They can eat my drawings if they want. They're not hurting anyone except maybe themselves? Eating paper probably isn't super good for you, but it's probably not bad for you. They would just send more videos? I don't know. I guess I would watch them until I got bored and then I would probably block them. I don't know. If it was clear they didn't want to, like, they didn't want anything from me, I would probably just be like, oh, that's cool. I don't know. I mean, unless they were actively being like that alone, I don't think is creepy. But if that was like their way of trying to like become friends or something, then I might get a little bit scared. You might get a paper cut in your stummy. Exactly. I feel like Greg is training me to talk on my streams because like if I stop talking for like more than 10 seconds, Greg asks a very strange question. Like, oh god, I gotta talk about something interesting, quick. What happened to me last week? I don't know. That would be so sad. Getting a paper cut? Or me blocking somebody because they're sending me pictures of them eating my drawings. Logical Lime, hello! Welcome, welcome! How's it going? Thank you for the raid. Let me shout out. I ordered Logical Lime to raid. Oh, thanks. What were you all up to? Baldur's Gate 3! Ooh! Lime raid! Hello, welcome, welcome. And we're just doing some chill art here. I'm drawing this character from Final Fantasy XIV named Erenville, if you're familiar. He's a cool guy. And he also wears a green jacket, which is why I was like, I shall draw him for my green drawing today. We were talking about someone trying to make friends by eating their drawings. That is correct. We were just talking about that. But how's your stream? Hope you're having a good time. Chilling out. Baldur's Gate 3 continues to be one of those games that I want to play at some point, but I am scared to start because I will probably fall into it very hard. Having a fun time. Good. Good to hear. Lime was playing Baldur's Gate, which is a bit risque. Oh, is it risque? I guess people have told me this, yes. I guess I did know that. Trying to be chaotic in the game, but I'm getting my ass kicked. Just like real life. Only I could be chaotic in real life and not get my ass kicked. That would be the dream, huh? 300 hours? Oh my god. I think that's already more than the total amount of hours I've played in Stardew. Or like Animal Crossing. Logical Lime likes to take the character's clothes off. Alexander Dean always asks me to take the character. Well, that's the fun thing though about these games is you can do that or not do that. Or you can try. I assume you have to flirt with them first. Alexander made so many fingers pointing. Oops, that was not the right shape. Only Shadowheart. You can go into the inventory and strip them. Oh, I see. And sometimes you gotta do that in old school RPGs. You know, like old school RPGs, it's like sometimes there'll be like especially in Final Fantasy. I think this happens kind of often in Final Fantasy. It's like, oh, make sure to take off all your character's equipment because after this cutscene, they're gonna be like separated from you for like 20 hours. And then you're like, oh man, I equipped a super special like gem bracer thing that gives me 100% immunity to like all status effects on this one character, and they're just gone. Dang it. But nowadays I think for modern games, usually the game will give you some kind of warning. But yeah, I remember as a kid, I would actually, I do remember like preemptively like unsetting character equipment because of this thing that sometimes happens. Okay, we got a box of chocobo, some grass, and a little mechanical replica of a space monster. Y'all know Alpha and Omega? This is a setting to prevent visible nudity in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh. I guess for stream safety, perhaps. Or maybe for your own safety, if you prefer. That makes sense. The Greek letters. Oh, these characters' names, these two characters, this chocobo, this little chocobo, and this I don't know what you call them. Bug robot. He's their name is Alpha and Omega. Love the raid. Yeah, there's a side story in Final Fantasy 14. Long story short, this chocobo. Where does the chocobo come from? Because this is like a very like cartoon looking chocobo. There are chocobos in Final Fantasy 14 that do not look like this chocobo. Like this chocobo gets like isekai'd into Final Fantasy 14, and then this guy is like an entity that's like, what is the meaning of life and blah blah blah. And then at the end, he's like, these two kind of become friends, and then they start traveling the world. That's like the end of that little side story. And the really fun thing is, as you're playing the game, just like doing other stuff, if you've beaten that storyline, you will see these two NPCs. You'll like see them around in the world. They're just gonna be like, they'll be like standing at like a market or something, or like they're gonna be like, I don't know. You can just find them around because they're just traveling the world. It's very, very cute. I always get very excited when I see them in game. So I think that's just like one of the coolest things that the game has done, is that they go travel the world and then you actually see them like going around. It's really cute. Anyway, that's I really like these characters. Or specifically, I like this chocobo. Very cute. I had it turned on, but I turned it off because Alexander Also, you can play games with nudity on Twitch as long as it isn't porn. Ah, okay. I wasn't sure about the rules. I guess I've never had to question whether I was like towing the line or anything, so I wasn't really familiar with it. Next week, Logical Lime is cosplaying as their Baldur's Gate character, so we'd love to have you stop by. Oh, I see. Give you my address so you can send me the costume. I see. My fave spot to find them is in Kugana's onsen. Oh, do they go to the onsen? That's cute. He's lying? Oh, okay. I'm very gullible. You tell me things, I will believe you, probably. Also, I'm a sleepy person today, so that probably isn't helping. Oh yeah, anyway. Oh, by the way, this Chocobo wears goggles. Somebody mentioned the goggles. The Chocobo wears goggles because he's an honorary member of Sid's, like, what are they called? Like, engineering group. He's like an honorary member. Honorary engineer. I'm gullible. Yes, I am very gullible. It's kind of a problem, actually. Sometimes is this something I should feel guilty about? Sometimes people will like tell me a joke and then I will be like, really? And then they'll be like, oh, and then they'll get all uncomfortable because they have to like explain the joke. And I'm like, oh wait, now everything's awkward. We're all awkward, I'm sorry. Garland Ironworks, yes, that's what it's called. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm always causing trouble when I guide raids into your street. Oh no, not at all. I think it's fun to have like lively banter. I like it. As long as nobody's actually like getting mad about anything, which I don't think is happening here. It's all cool. Everyone's having a good time, I think. This is normal. Sarcasm is difficult to discern online. That's true. Well, this happens offline also. Like somebody will be like, oh, and then I'll be like, and then they'll be like, oh, and I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't understand the joke. And they're like, I'm sorry for telling the joke. And I'm like, ah. So I don't know. It's just, I'd say people should be more conscious of when they might be gaslighting somebody. Yeah. But I also need to wise up a bit, I think, too. That would probably help. I think I'm a bit better than I used to be, though. A little bit better than I used to be. Always causing trouble. Nah, it's all good. We're having a good time. I really appreciate chat being nice. I'm like a lot less scared of Twitch than I used to be. In fact, dare I say, I think I've been having a pretty good time streaming on Twitch. Hanging out with everyone. So I appreciate that. Went to a movie, they were showing the Cowboy Bebop movie? Like the original? Is there a new Cowboy Bebop movie? Or is there like is it an old one? Can't remember. I watched Cowboy Bebop so long ago. I don't think I knew that there was a movie. I think I watched the anime, but I didn't watch the movie. No, the original from like 25 years ago. No. Oh wait, am I being lied to again? Wait, was this a test? Dang it! Did I fail the test? Dang it! They show old movies in theaters? Oh, is this not a test? No, for real. Oh, okay. AMC plays classic movies sometimes, even anime. Oh, that's cool! I didn't know that. I do not go to the movies that often. That's fun. You can catch up on old movies. What did you think? Is it worth watching? Now you see all fire is friendly fire? I don't know. I'm bad at social interactions. I'm sorry. It was exceptional? Ooh. Cool hearing the Yoko Kanno music on the theater sound system. Oh man, that must have been amazing. That must have been so good. Netflix series was abysmal. I watched all of it. It was very strange. It was... I felt bad because there were some parts of it that I actually really liked. And so I felt disappointed because I felt like they could have done some cool stuff with it, but it got kind of overshadowed by some of the like other things that they did. Just too bad. Netflix, stop making anime into live action. Who wants that? Yeah, I'm also curious about the One Piece live action, which I heard was like okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll give that one a try. Yeah, logical line meeting Gamer Beeb. This makes even more streamer introductions that Alexander Dean has made. I follow 5 Twitch streamers and 3 of them are in this chat. You all need to be buddies. Oh, wait, that's so cool. We're in like the exclusive Alexander Dean club. That's so cool. I like it. Is this... Oh man. I feel like this painting is not going well. I don't know, it's fine. I don't know. We should make t-shirts. Alexander Dean t-shirts. Exclusive Alexander Dean club, yeah. Okay. I think we kind of blocked in the colors that I wanted, but this patchy yellow has got to go, I think. This, like this, that looks better. That looks better, and then I have a capybara on it. Brighten the background up a little bit. This. Seems good. Okay. Oh no! I survived Alexander Dean and all I got was a stupid t-shirt. Lime isn't nearly as sweet as Jodo. Lime's a spicy flavor. That's cool. You gotta have some variety. I like lime juice. It's too bad it's like not much of a thing in the US. But you go to like Southeast Asia and you get like lime drinks everywhere. Okay, I think the lighting is decent. Like I'm zooming out to kind of check like the overall composition. I think it looks all right. So we'll start with kind of rendering. Or the rendering. Lime streams with her husband. He calls himself Eggplant. They're very cute together on stream. Aw. That's so nice. Wait, does that mean we're not married, but let's just say that. Oh, okay. Partner. Oh, so does that mean you play a lot of like 2-player games or multiplayer games? Or is it like, you know, like somebody's playing and someone's watching kind of thing? Just take turns? Ah, oh, hey, that's how I used to play games with my siblings when we were kids. I kind of miss that, honestly. That seems like a fun way to play. It's like, we would like... Actually, I think that's how we played a lot of Legend of Legaia back in the day. Like, somebody would play for a while, and then it's like, okay, I'm tired. Do you want to fight this boss? Like, okay, let me try. I love playing single-player games and take turns. Yeah! I remember doing that a lot more as a kid. It's a good way to play. And then I backseat my partner. Aw. They're both bad at gaming? No! I refuse. Does he suck sometimes? Oh no! Okay. Poor partner taking heat. They're not even here. I remember taking turns playing GTA with my brother, so whenever someone died, we'd switch so I purposely would never die and just drive around. Aww. And it's like, I haven't died yet. I haven't died yet. It's like, when is it gonna be my turn? It's like, well, I haven't died yet. That's big sibling energy right there. The two. Give him a little bit of eyeshadow down there. It look kind of cool. Sometimes he hands me the controller on the hard parts. I do that sometimes. When on the rare occasions my husband and I play games together. I'm like, here, you do all the grindy parts. I'm just gonna be here. Call me back when there's a cutscene, and then I'll like wander off and go do something. Like, but if there's story, I want to see. But yeah, I think I definitely did that thing as a kid. We would like hog the controller by not dying. But it kind of, I think because there are 3 siblings in my family, I feel like we sort of have a built-in like checks and balances system. Because it wasn't just like one person against one person, right? It's like there were 3 of us, and so, you know, if you're hogging the controller, the other 2 are going to be like, come on, this ain't cool. And then, you know, you kind of would have to give in. But and so like, you know, and then so like there'd be 2 people waiting for their turn, right? That's a lot of pressure. So I think there wasn't too much. No one sibling had too much power, I feel like. Did I finish Legaia? How'd it go? Yeah, I did finish Legaia. The final boss was surprisingly easy. So that was kind of cool. But what else? But the epilogue, there's a bit of an epilogue scene, which I thought was fairly interesting to play through. I was describing it a little bit earlier. There's actually 4 different epilogues that you can get. They're almost the same, but like depending on what you choose, there's a question where it's like, oh, what are you gonna do now? And then depending on what you choose, like the world is affected, sort of like the epilogue plays out a little bit differently. Not as tough as that awful book. Yeah, nowhere near close. The bird was so much harder. The final boss, I kind of lucked out on. It didn't do any of their like special attacks, but even still, it was like a fairly like you just kind of keep doing damage and then it just went down. Played mostly single player over the years. I prefer it nowadays. Yeah, me too. I'm not much of I don't know. I guess I like to sit around and like play games like a book. I know my younger sister plays a lot of competitive games, but now I just like can't really find the motivation for that. Because I guess I just don't get as much satisfaction out of like multiplayer games, maybe. Oh, look at Alexander being matchmaker. But the recommendations have been spot on so far, so you got a good track record, Alexander Dean. Social butterfly, yeah. Multiplayer games always seem stressful unless it's like a nice co-op game. Yeah, exactly. I get really yeah, I get stressed out about like I'm disappointing my team members or something. Or everyone thinks I'm a doofus because they don't know how to use my tank stance properly or whatever. Man, I was a stressed out mess when I started playing Final Fantasy 14. But I wanted to know the story so bad, so I powered through it. I like being able to pause when I do too. Yeah, same. Yeah, I like generally, like there's very few people that I play games with online, like even among my friends. Like I think I pretty much only play with my siblings for multiplayer games, because otherwise I feel kind of like, I don't know, uncomfortable somehow. I'm not sure. It Takes Two was great to play. Yeah, I heard good things about that one. I watched, I think, who played Did Game Grumps play It Takes Two? I don't know. I've watched a few videos of playthroughs of that. Like, not the whole thing. But, so I do get kind of stressed out by the, like, divorce story. I'm like, they are so unhappy. Like, I mean, I know the story is like, oh, they get better. They figure out how to work together or whatever. But I'm like, they're so mad at each other. I don't like this. I'm scared. Mom and dad are fighting. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time is an amazing co-op game. Ah. Tried streaming several times over the years, didn't enjoy doing it myself. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think yeah, I was too shy about streaming years ago, but now I'm like mostly okay with it. I think I'm comfortable with the sort of asymmetric interaction. I don't know. I'm not sure what changed. Yeah, I want to play Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. I've heard good things about that one. Care about video games unless it's Mario Golf or a farming sim. Ah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm... What counts as good at video games? I feel like I'm attentive in story games. I wouldn't say I'm very good at farming sims either. Like, I'm not very, like, min-maxy. But I enjoy them. I'm good at looking up guides. I feel like I'm decent at, like, platformers and stuff, but... I don't particularly enjoy them, so I don't play them a lot. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Out of the three siblings, I was the worst Super Smash Brothers player. I don't know what that says about me. I'm not sure which of my siblings would say who is the best one, but it's definitely one of them. It's not me. Good is all nonsense. It's about enjoying, that's what matters. Yeah, I agree. When you streamed in the past, it was pre-COVID. Did all the remote calls and work influence your comfort with streaming somewhat? I think so, but I don't know if it was like video calls necessarily. I think it was just me starting my grown-up job, like going through the fires of graduate school where I had to like figure out how to take care of myself because, you know, I mean, college is a little bit like this, but in grad school, it's literally like nobody is telling you what to do. And then me having to be like, I have to ask the scary professor a question or else I'm not gonna know what to do. So there's that, and then starting my like real grown-up job and like kind of getting used to like talking to various kinds of people. Getting exposed to different social situations, and then at some point I kind of got used to it. So then when I came back to the idea of streaming, I don't know, it was a little bit easier. I'm not sure. I got a lot more confident about talking. Who's your go-to Smash Brothers character? I think for a long time it was Sheik. It was Sheik for a long time. But then I was like, never mind about Sheik, because I only would use Sheik. And I wouldn't use Zelda, and that seemed kind of silly. I was like, you know what, I'll try a different character. So then I played Fox for a long time. And then after, I think after that I played Link. And then I settled on Kirby. Because I was like, cute pink thing plus hammer. So, and then, I don't know. And then I stopped playing, I guess. Because I moved away from home and I had no one to play with. Kirby, yeah, Kirby's great. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It sort of mirrors my, the way I've also changed like MMO type characters or like RPG characters that I tend to play. Like I used to exclusively play like assassin, like thief type characters. Like my first Ragnarok Online character was an assassin cross. But then eventually I switched to archers, like ranger types. And then I switched to like a swordsman type. And then now like the swordsman, like paladin type characters is what I mostly play in RPGs. I don't know. It's kind of interesting how this changed. I really don't know what the psychology for that is. Gotta get going. Always a pleasure bringing my streaming homies together. See you next time. Yeah! Thank you, Alexander Dean. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. See you next time. Okay. Never played as Sheik. Yeah, mostly because I think Sheik was kind of cool, and again, I think Sheik fit that, like, assassin character trope that I guess I really liked. Used to like. Yeah, but then I don't know, like my RPG character preferences changed. I'm not sure what happened. Everyone say bye to the naked mole rat. I'm not picking a side on this one. Sorry. You must decide amongst yourselves who is the true naked mole rat in this group. The naked mole man. When I think of naked mole rat, I think of there's an anime that I don't think is super well known, but it's like it's very psychological and very strange. It's called From the New World? From the New World? And honestly, I've forgotten where the naked mole rats come from. But anyway, it was like a post-apocalyptic story about some teenagers. And then there's these naked mole rat people that, like, evolved into, like, intelligent human beings after the apocalypse. And then one of them turns into, like, a brain that shows up at the end. I don't remember. And then the main character kills it. I can't remember. I watched it too long ago. Kim Possible? I never watched Kim Possible. Is a cartoon worth watching? Never watched Kim Possible. I think I missed it by a couple years. I was like a little bit too old. Went from desperate to fight the world, preferring not to be in desperation. Improbable. It's decent. Okay. I don't know how to color this hair. Guess the shading, the shadows on this side. This. Kim, perhaps. Kim, maybe. It's for kids, it's been a while. But I like kids shows. I don't know, they tend to be fun. I like watching kids shows. I still watch episodes of Arthur every now and then. Just for fun. To revisit those times. Him pondering. Uh-oh. Greg's in his brainstorm mode. Now he cannot stop. This. I watched Gravity Falls for the first time and it's already amazing. Yeah, that's on my list to watch too. I need to watch Gravity Falls. Takes place in the Pacific Northwest. That's where I'm from. I have like a moral obligation to watch it. I wanna see the like creepy Pacific Northwest like cryptid stories. Kim past perfect simple. Kim past participle. I was skeptical, but God, it's so funny. I wanna watch it. I wanna watch it. implausible deniability. He cannot be stopped. Greg's in his brainstorm state. Put some blushy on this man. Just a reddish tint on his cheeks. Barely perceptible. A little bit. What's your favorite anime? Oh, yeah, I was thinking about this. I think my favorite, well, okay, I don't know about favorite anime, but my favorite anime, but it's also a manga, so I don't know if it counts, is Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun. It's a hilarious rom-com, and it's like my like role model story. It's one of like 2 role model stories I have for like if I ever write like a comic. How does this lip look? No lip. No lip for Erenville. Sorry, Erenville. Trying to do like cool shading, but it doesn't look right. No chin shadow. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll spell it. It's Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun. It also goes by Monthly Girls. But yeah, the story is basically the reason it's called Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun is Nozaki. He's a high school student. He is also a very popular manga artist who writes this like romance manga that's like a monthly serialized romance manga. So he publishes in one of those like monthly magazines, magazines in Japan, right? So you know, he writes this very successful romance manga, and then one day the protagonist, who is a girl named Sakura, she confesses to him, or attempts to, and says like, "I really like you, Nozaki-kun," and she's like, "Well, you know." But he misunderstands and thinks that she's asking him for his autograph. And then she's like, "What?" And then somehow she kind of ends up becoming his manga assistant, sort of. And so the whole story is him. It's hilarious because it's like, oh, he like writes this very successful romance story, but he's like super dense when it comes to romance himself. There's all these great side characters that also have their own kind of like subplots as well. I don't know. I really like it. It's very lighthearted. It's not fan servicey at all, which is something that I like. And the comedy I think is very well done. It's like it's very, I don't know, clever and ridiculous. So I like it. It's one of my favorites. And then the other story that I would maybe consider my favorite, I haven't finished it yet, but I think it's very likely this is gonna go on my list of like, this is another role model story. Like if I ever write a story, I want it to be of this caliber, is Frieren, which I can't tell too much about because it's still airing, and I also haven't finished it and I don't want to spoil it, but Frieren is like really, I think it's very nice. It's like nostalgic and interesting and philosophical without being overly dramatic or like, what's the word? Like pompous about it? I don't know. It's just kind of like quietly thoughtful, which I think is kind of cool. That one BL comic he made though. Wait, this sounds familiar. Wait, what did he draw? The only thing I remember was there's a very famous scene where like Nozaki and his friend are trying to play like one of his friends is really into dating sim games, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna study how romance works in other like media, so I'm gonna play this dating sim game with you. And then he's like, okay, so they like pick a dating sim game, and then they're like having trouble with it, right? Because they're like, okay, well, this girl said this thing, and like, here are the options, and then they pick, and then it's like, oh no, and like, oh, she doesn't like it, oh no, what are we doing wrong, or whatever. And then so they're really having a hard time. But then there's this like side character in the game that's like, it's okay, man. Like, it's your like best friend, your best dude friend for the dude protagonist. Like, oh, it's okay, man. And then, you know, you get him next time, or like, hey, like, I'm here to support you and all that. And then they're like, wait, the person we love the most is our best friend. And then they're like, ah. I don't know, it's funny. The anime is also very good. Like, the adaptation is hilarious. I recommend it. It's a good time. Very, very, very fun and chill with some, you know, cute like romance moments. Extremely wholesome. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I have, it's the thing that I haven't been making any progress on my painting because I've just been like zooming in and out and like talking. The speed paint for this is gonna look wild, but my husband gets me a new volume of the manga for like birthdays. They ended writing a doujin for the best friend, and they found the male pro tag the best fit. Oh, okay. So I am thinking of the same thing. Yeah. So Nozaki being a manga artist. Yeah, I'd forgotten that they actually like went ahead and wrote the doujin for the for the game that they were playing. I watched the anime and I want to give an anti-recommendation to counteract Joy's recommendations, so nobody watch it. I don't know, I like it. I mean, if you don't like it, that's totally valid. That's fine. I looked them up. Yeah! I don't know, it's like cute. If you like cute chill things, I think you'll like it. No, it's good, but I can't pass the opportunity to hate. Oh, I see. You just can't resist. Cute chill things. Yeah! It's very funny. Good comedy. Good time. Oh my gosh, have I been painting on the wrong layer this whole time? What have I been doing? Oh, okay, it was only that. Okay. Let's clear that up. Cute chill beeb. And talking, of course. No! The layers got me again. I feel like I mean, I do draw slowly normally when I'm doing art streams, but I feel like today is especially bad. I've just been like doing whatever. Goodness. Take another look at my reference. I think mostly because I'm like a little bit struggling with the background. I'm sort of, I don't know, I think I'm like subconsciously procrastinating. Well, that's okay. Layers. Got me again. Finally got a tablet. Ooh, you've been drawing during stream? Oh, nice. First time having a tablet? How do you like it? Are you enjoying tablet? If a lizard god went to kill you and eat your corpse, do you prefer he fried you or burn you in the oven? Whatever he enjoys most. Somebody's gotta ask me questions. Like, Craig, stop asking me weird questions. Please. Somebody rescue me. When I was 10, I got one and I hate it because it doesn't feel like pen and paper, but now I'm bearing it, trying to adapt. It's working out okay. Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve. He has no preference. What would you prefer? I would prefer fried. I don't think I would look very good if I was just oven baked. But if I'm fried, at least I'm covered up by like a tempura shell. So, save my dignity by becoming tempura fried joy. I feel like I made his eyes too like rainbow. Oh well. What a great answer. Parents is around. I win. I passed the test. Doja tempura. Might make sense. I guess I do call myself tempura sometimes. That's the fan name for Hollow Stars. The people who are fan name for Hollow Stars, Tempest. I guess they're not the only English Hollow Stars anymore. Fans of Hollow Stars Tempest call themselves Tempura, which I think is very cute. I would count myself among them. Among my VTuber liking brethren. Is this rim lighting good? Oh, like it? I think this is a drawing that I'm just gonna have to leave messy. I don't know if I have the endurance to like finish it. We'll see. Too much going on. Maybe I'll just focus on the foreground. The rim lighting there looks pretty nice, actually. I'm cheating. I'm cheating by doing the rim lighting first. This is like, it's the same part of my brain that's like, everything else is not at all in any sort of finished shape, but I'm gonna color the eyes anyway. Because I want it to look sparkly. The same with the... Same thing with the rim lighting. Oh, this is supposed to be white undershirt. Sorry if you answered this already, but what do you plan on playing now that you finished Legaia? Well, that's a good question. I haven't fully decided, but so I'm gonna play some games in between. So I'm gonna play, I have a couple of games lined up. Cocoon, which is an Annapurna interactive game, which I don't know anything about. But I've enjoyed Annapurna interactive games, the ones that I've played before, and I've heard that it's good, so I'm gonna play that. I have Hypnospace Outlaw, which I got at the recent Steam sale, which I've wanted to play for a long time. I know it's like 90s internet themed game, but I also know very little about it, so that'll be kind of fun, I think. And then I want to play Super Mario RPG, which I thought was a long game, but it's actually not a long game. It's only like 10 hours. So that'll go by pretty fast. So yeah, basically a break for, I don't know, maybe a month or two of like playing a variety of games. And then I want to pick another kind of more retro game to play long term. I'm not sure what though. I know, or actually, somebody recommended Cave Story. How long is Cave Story? I actually don't know how long it is. I was under the impression it's kind of a longish game. Okay, no, it's a short game. So maybe I should just play Cave Story. But in terms of longer games, I was thinking the Dot Hack series. Because that's a game that I started playing as a kid and I never finished. I've only played the first installment. I was also thinking about, I don't think I brought this up last time because I forgot about it, but I was thinking about Tomba 2, which is another PlayStation 1 game that I played as a kid that I don't think is super popular, but it's very beloved by me and my sisters. We never actually owned it, but my friend had it when we were kids, and we would borrow it all the time, and we just play through it. It's a very cute adventure sort of platformer game. Kind of puzzly, like sort of Zelda-y in like structure. So I don't know. I think it would be fun to show off. Like, I don't think it's a game that like many people have seen. But I think Tomba is also kind of short, so I don't know. It may just end up being like. It may just end up being like, okay, Tomba is also like 10 hours long, apparently. So yeah, it may just be a marathon of just like various shorter games for a little while, and then, which is maybe fair, because Legaia was like 50 hours long. That's a long time to be playing one game. But, yeah, maybe Dot Hack next? I don't know. If God came to Earth with a list of 100 best human artists, Da Vinci, and you are on it, but so is Hitler, how would that make you feel? I don't know. I would ask questions. I guess I don't think I would feel anything. I really don't have much opinion about these kinds of lists. I don't know. Because it really just depends. What does best mean? Depends on lots of things. I know Tomba mostly from the fact that US and European names are different for it. Oh wait, really? Tomba and Tombi? Really? Didn't know that. I do remember one of my sisters, said that at some point a long time ago they tried playing Tomba 1 because we loved Tomba 2 so much. They're like, oh, Tomba 1 must also be awesome. But they were like really disappointed because it's a pretty different game apparently. A lot more platformery. So they were like, nah. So anyway, I mean, I could play Tomba 1, but I've never played it. But Tomba 2 is very beloved. I have a lot of good memories of that one. It's very cool. So I might try to play that. When I receive my JoJo Tamagotchi print, can I share it on my Discord? Oh yeah, of course. Please do. It makes me very happy to know that you want to show it off. Yeah, I just put it in the mail today, so you should be getting it soon. Thank you for buying from my store. Well, be free. I'm done with the esoteric questions. I'm gonna take a shower. Oh, thank God. Greg's gone. I can rest. I'm just kidding. Have a good shower. Tomba Tuesdays. Tomba Tuesdays. Am I gonna become, like, what if I become famous as a streamer and it's because I play games that start with T on Tuesdays? That'd be a random thing to become famous for. That'd be kind of funny. Tomba Tuesdays. Oh. What kind of questions would I ask? I don't know. Like, about the art ranking thing? I would ask, like, how was this list created? Who were the jury members? What criteria was used? I don't know. Just ask a lot of questions. What did you mean by art? Does the definition of art include these kinds of things? I support it. But Tuesday, yeah, let's. I guess. I actually don't know how much content I have left in Tomba Tuesdays. It seems like on the Discord, a lot of people are hitting like the part of the game where they don't have any like story quests left. So I don't know. I might be getting close. I have no idea how close I am to like the end of content, and everyone's just kind of waiting for more content to come out. So yeah, I guess if that happens, we could switch to Tomba Tuesdays. Or we could just have streams where I'm like decorating my Tama base, my Tama camp. So I don't know, it could turn into a like decorating stream, Animal Crossing style. We've got options. Tuesdays can be used for many things. Oops, wrong color. Tamagotchi Crossing, exactly. That's what this game is, basically. I'm not sure how what's the word? Like varied the like furniture options and stuff are. There seems to be quite a lot of stuff. We'll see what our options are. Okay. Overall still seems good. Lighting seems good. I want to bring a little bit more color to Eren's face. More of the sky color. Give him a bit of a bluish. It will blend into it. Same value. Value of the skin base color. A bit tricky to find this. It's close. Not quite. Still a little bit too saturated. A little bit dark. A little too light. I think this green highlight color is better anyway. Instead of this like blonde color. A little bit of a dark red color just to align the shadow. So we'll get some of that, what is it called? Subsurface scattering from the skin. Gives it a bit of a healthy glow. But yeah, if anybody has any suggestions for like games that they'd like to see played, my ears are open. I have a long list of things. So I don't really have any shortage of games that I'd like to play, but I also want to like hear about games that maybe I haven't heard of that might be fun to experience for the first time. Ooblets. Oh, Ooblets. But it's similar to Baldur's Gate 3, where I'm kind of scared I'm gonna get sucked into it. It does look very cute. Like, I am 100% sure I would love it. I felt similarly about Slime Rancher, which I have also never played. I'm like scared I'm gonna get sucked into it, so I've never played it. Recommendation is always a game called Psychonauts. Oh, I've heard of that. Heard of Psychonauts. Didn't like a remake or a remaster come out for it recently? I forget why I heard about it. A sequel. Ah, a sequel. Yeah, I remember people being very excited about. Like, oh my god, Psychonauts! Because the franchise itself is a little bit on the older side, right? What I remember. My gosh, I'm like taking so long
to draw this dude. They like can't decide what colors I want to use. Ah. What time is it? Oh man, I don't think I'm finishing this on stream, folks. I've been working so slowly. I'm screwed if I ever become like a full-time artist. I'll just be like, I should stream and then not get any of my work done.
16 years later, came out as well as I could have ever hoped for. The original was 2005. That's great. I'm glad it went well. Like, it's always really scary when like a beloved franchise comes out with like a remake or a remaster or a sequel, and then it's like not as good as you wanted it to be, and then you're like sad. It's always a big relief when it's like good. So I'm glad. I'm happy for the Psychonauts fans. Okay, I will have to remember that recommendation. Psychonauts is my personal favorite game. Whoa. Out of all the games? Undertale remix, yeah. So I guess speaking of games, I need to pick something to play on Friday. My first non-Legend of the Gaia Friday stream's coming up. Maybe I should just play Cocoon. I should play games as I buy them. Since I bought it on Steam already, I should just play it, because otherwise I'm scared I'm gonna like forget about it or something. How do the wrinkles on this shirt work? This maybe? Something like this? Yeah, maybe I'll play Cocoon. I'll play Cocoon. No, I want to play Hypnospace Outlaw. Yeah, I want to play Hypnospace Outlaw. Okay, I've decided. I will play it. I'm in the mood for 90s, the 90s aesthetic. Hypnospace, yeah! Is there anything I should know about it going in? Seems like some people are familiar with it. Or is it one of those games where it's like, just like go into it blind? I guess it's probably fine. Either way. Oh, speaking of Psychonauts, that reminded me, my other favorite anime, which is properly an original anime. It's not based off any source material. I really like Mob Psycho. I think it's a really well told story. It's a little bit like ridiculous, like very surreal, but not so surreal it's like inaccessible. But it's basically a very nice story about like adolescence and like growing up and like trying to find yourself. The main character is he is like the most powerful psychic in the world. I don't think he would say so, but he's got all these magical powers, but his goal is like he wants to be like a normal boy who has friends and like a nice social life. Like he just longs for like, you know, friendship and love.
And he's just like a sweet kid. And then ends up getting sucked up into all sorts of things. But it's very, yeah, like how do you deal with that kind of like, with like all the emotions and heartbreak that come with growing up, and then also like psychic battles and stuff. I really, really like it. Very sweet. A little bit, sometimes a little bit dark, but not too much. Mostly like very, very introspective. Go into it not expecting every element to be polished, much like you would a 90s GeoCities website. Oh, that sounds great. I'm at home with the 90s GeoCities websites. That's my old turf we're talking about. I was a 90s GeoCities adventurer back in the day. That was me. GeoCities, yeah! Man, I remember being able to just hop onto GeoCities and being able to just like make whatever website you want. Like, here, you want a website? Here you go. Should be lower down because it's this side of the shirt is a bit more baggy. Make it look a bit more baggy. There we go. Jojo NeoCities page. I should make one. Need to join the cool kids. It's polished in that it's GeoCities accurate, which means the sites are often unpolished looking. I like it. I like that. I like that a lot. What would I make a NeoCities page about? I guess it could just be one of those like, here's a page all about me, and this is where I post all of my like online personality quiz test results and stuff. I just overate and now my tummy hurts. I relate. Oh, excuse me. Shoo. Sorry. I did that on Thursday. My husband and I went to, I really wanted like, I was like really craving like American food, like comfort American food. So we went to Marie Callender's, which I had never been to actually. But I was like, they have pie there. And then my cousin, what the heck? My husband, ugh. That's an awkward Freudian slip. my husband was like skeptical because, you know, he's like, this doesn't look like a very, you know, how he's a foodie, right? And he's like, this looks like a very, he's not my cousin. Don't worry. But yeah, I definitely overate. I like I got loaded tots. I thought I was being smart by not ordering, like, I was gonna get like a country fried steak, and then I was like, no, that's too much food. I'll just get like a sandwich or something. I got like a French dip sandwich, which came with fries. I didn't know it came with fries, and then we got like 2 slices of pie. I overate, and then I had a tummy ache afterwards. And we were supposed to play Wingspan with not Wingspan, we're playing some other game. I can't remember. I think we were gonna play Dominion with my sister-in-law. And then I had to message her and be like, my tummy hurts. Can we log on like a little bit later? And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. But I was thinking about making a comic about this. I was like, oh, my stomach hurts. Is it because I overate? But it's also might have been because that same day, earlier that day, I did eat a whole thing of super spicy Korean instant ramen. So I don't know. It could have been that. My tummy could have been like, this hurts. And I am rebelling now. And maybe the overeating just kind of aggravated it. Have you seen those memes like my tummy hurts and I'm being so brave about it? Yeah, I've seen those. They're very cute. I should probably try to aspire to be that way. But when my tummy hurts, I am not brave about it. I'm extremely whiny about it. I'm very like, my tummy hurts. I love spicy foods, but my tummy does not. Yeah. Same here. I love spicy Korean ramen. And they eat it pretty often on like Korean shows. So it'll come up and then I'll be like, oh, I'm craving spicy Korean ramen. Oh, you put in some rice cakes, like a slice of Kraft cheese. You put in, oh, actually, you know what? I put in like a week-old sausage in there, like cut up a week-old sausage. That probably didn't help with the tummy ache. It could have been a lot of things, I am now realizing. Anyway, make sure to throw away things when they are, after they're open, after a while. Don't be like me. But yeah, you put in some sausage, some Spam ideally. You put in some rice cakes, put in some green onions, put in an egg. You gotta have egg. Korean food is so yum. Yeah! I've been trying to eat kimchi more often. Because, like, I'm not very good at eating vegetables, mostly because I find them kind of bothersome to eat. Because, you know, they're, like, big and leafy and they're, like, hard to eat. But kimchi, you just, like, cut it up and you put it on a plate and then you just eat it. This is making me hungry, but also not at all, because, again, your tummy's so full. Oh, sorry. I hope you feel better soon, in all seriousness. Tummy ache is so... I've had some bad tummy aches in my day, and they are not fun. But yeah, I'm trying to eat more kimchi. Get some of that probiotics in me. Get some fiber in me. Tastes good. But my husband's really sensitive to smell, though, so we have to, like, double bag it so that the kimchi smell doesn't permeate the entire house. And the fridge. That's the one con. Kimchi is very, very, smelly. Or it's got a very strong smell. Leave the leaves alone. Leaf the leaves. They're too leafy. They don't go in your mouth, like, nicely. And then they get all over your face. It's like you're trying to eat the leaf and then it's, like, slapping you on the way into your mouth. Just like, and you're like, no, now I have, like, salad water on my face. Gross. Fragrant. Put kimchi and sauerkraut on my salads. Oh, a good idea. I also really like kimchi stew. My husband doesn't like kimchi at all, so it's kind of hard to make kimchi stew because you can't really make a small portion of it. So I don't eat it that often. Usually I only eat kimchi stew if we go to like a Korean restaurant. Cause yeah, it's hard to make just a little bit. First we talked about onion water and now salad water. Kimchi stew sounds so good, but my husband also doesn't like kimchi. Ah, no. Well, now I know you're suffering. One of my favorite things to make with kimchi, when I was when I lived alone, was there's I don't know what it's called. Is it mackerel? There's a type of fish you can get, like a canned fish that you can get at the Korean grocery store. I think it's mackerel. I know what the can looks like, which is how I identify it. I forgot what the name is. But there's a type of canned fish you can get from the Korean supermarket, and then you take a little pot, and then you put some kimchi at the bottom of the pot, and then put some like a little bit of oil and water in there to make it, you know, not so dry. And then you just like and not too much water, so it's not like a soup, but just like a little bit to like cover the bottom. And then you take your canned fish and you like layer it on top of the kimchi, and then you boil it for a little bit, so it's kind of like a steamed fish, steamed kimchi fish. My favorite. I love it. It's so good, but it is very strong smelling. So I haven't had it in a real long time. I have to like wait until like, I don't know, my husband's like away on a business trip or something. And then I can make all the smelly kimchi foods that I want. I wonder how Marble would react to smelly kimchi foods. He'd probably want some. Layered salads with oils, dressing, seeds, sauerkraut. Ooh, that sounds good. I like sauerkraut too. I like it on hot dogs. Hot dogs are not as healthy as salads. Probably. But maybe if the sauerkraut was on the salad, I would eat it. Yeah. That's news to me. What? I've been doing this all wrong. You prefer salads to hot dogs? Wow. You are a better person than me. You're very brave. I love hot dogs so much. I like hot dogs. I like corn dogs. Feels like there's not enough contrast here. Is it because of... Put more shadow. Oh yeah, we're missing shadow on this shirt. Okay. Corn dogs. I love corn dogs. Did you know in Japan, if you go to the convenience store and you want a corn dog, you have to ask them for an American dog. American dogu. And they will give you a corn dog. Corn dogs are called American dogs. I got one last time I was there. It wasn't very good. But it's fun asking for an American dogu. I really wanted a corn dog. They're very plentiful. If I lived in Japan, I would be living off of convenience store food, probably. You can buy all sorts of delicious snacks. American dog. I don't know why they call it American dog. I feel like if somebody told me American dog and like asked me to guess what kind of food it was, I think I would guess like a regular hot dog and not a corn dog. I don't know. American dog. Freshly grown American dog. No. No. Have I told this story about my dad's puppy? My dad like found like a dog on the street when he was a kid. And he was like, I'm gonna take it home and I'm gonna call him Fluffy and he's gonna be my best friend forever. And so my dad had all these dreams about this dog. It's not that sad. It's like a little bit funny and a little bit sad. It's not a happy story. But he brought, cause my dad doesn't know. Okay, so what happened was, you may close your ears if necessary. It's not like a graphic story or anything like that, but my my dad just told me this. I mean, the funny thing is my dad just like told me this randomly. I don't like apropos of nothing. He just was like thinking about it, I guess. But he brought home this puppy, and then he was like, I'm gonna keep it in the backyard, and it's gonna be my friend forever. And then he put it in the yard, right? It was just like there. And then the next day it was like gone. And you never saw it again. And then my dad, I was like, oh, that's sad. And then my dad was like, yeah, I think somebody ate him. I was like, why would you think that? He's like, I think somebody came into my backyard to like steal him to like eat. I was like, what? I don't know. But my dad grew up kind of poor, so I don't know if like I can't tell how serious he was being. Like if he was just being like a weird dad to like, I'm gonna like freak out my daughter, or if he was like actually kind of serious. Like I cannot tell. Anyway, that's the story of my dad's dog that he had for like a day, several hours. But we did get a puppy later. We had a dog. Growing up, I had a dog named Lucky. My dad finally got to live his dreams of being a dog owner. You had a dog named Lucky? Really? Whoa! We're twinning! What kind of dog was your dog? I wanna know, what kind of dog was your dog? Our Lucky was, I actually wasn't there when we got him. My dad just like, this is the way my dad operates. He just like came home with a dog. So like, you can tell nothing's changed since when he was a kid. But so you know, and we're just like, oh, okay, I guess we have a dog now. But yeah, I think my dad just got like, I don't know, somebody local, like their dog had puppies. And Lucky was one of those puppies. I think my youngest sister was with him at the time. I don't know. They just like left the house and then they came out with a dog. But he was a half Labrador, half Brittany mix. So like part like hunting dog. So he would do the like hunting dog pose. When he's like hanging out in the backyard and like birds would come by, he would like go like with the, or I guess you can't see because I'm a VTuber, but you know, he'd do the pointing. Like get really straight and then his like leg is up. You'd do it. Hunting dog. Yeah, he's a good doggy. Two Pekingese doggies growing up, Lucky and Rich. Oh, those are cute names. That is a nice pair of names. Lucky and Rich, that's cute. I remember when, I forget when this was exactly, but I remember when we got that dog and then my grandmother, who came to live with us for a while, she, I guess she was like asking my mom what we named the dog, and then my mom said Lucky, and then my grandmother laughed. Because I don't know, I guess she thought it was a funny name. Because my grandmother doesn't speak English. Sorry, she passed away. I should speak in past tense, but she didn't speak English, but I guess Lucky's like a very common name for Koreans to give their dogs. So I guess she just thought it was like funny. I don't know. It's like calling your cat Whiskers. Sorry, I'm not trying to make this sad. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like remembering facts as they come up. I named Lucky after the Britney Spears song, and then my dad named Rich. Oh, you got to name Lucky. That's cute. That's cute. I forget who named Lucky. Who had the dog naming rights? I can't remember. Maybe my sister named Lucky? Okay, Erenville's coming out pretty good. I think I had a Nintendog named. Makes sense. Pekingese are small little Asian doggies. Yeah, they are they the kind that have they also, they're not pugs, but they also kind of have the like squished face, right? They've got like a small little squished face, and then they've got like poofy fur. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Seen them before. They're very cute. Probably still have them. They're just languishing in your DS, waiting for you to come back, Galaxy. They're like, I wonder when our owner will come back. I believe in them. Maybe they haven't abandoned us after all. I think it's really sad. I'm gonna stop. I'm sure my Nintendogs are also like wondering where I've gone. Kind of like Animal Crossing. You know how like in Animal Crossing they like the characters will like yell at you if you like haven't turned on the game in a long time, and it just makes you never want to turn on your game if it's been too long, which is like kind of uncomfortably close to real life awkwardness. Like, I can't go back in there. It's been way too long. And I've forgotten everyone's names. I've forgotten their birthdays. It just would not work out. Did you ever get the sadness from missing a present on the street? Present on the street? Like if they're trying to give you something? Or... I don't know, it's been a really long time. I didn't play the older Animal Crossings very much. Like the one that I played the most was New Horizons. I don't know if they have that in Nintendo. Oh, in Nintendogs! I don't know. I didn't play Nintendogs that much. Do they get sad? If you like miss a present? Are they like, woo? Do they cry? That'd be really sad. I would get destroyed. I just remember the parts where they're like, oh no, you get, oh, you get sad, aw. I see. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Aw. My friend was telling me about Pal World. Which I didn't know too much about, and I know there's been a lot of discourse now about like, you know, copyright infringement and stuff like that. But anyway, my friend was saying like, you know, all that aside, it's actually like pretty fun, but he's like he was saying that he's not sure I would enjoy the game because it can be kind of like brutal. Like it's like Pokemon, but you can like, it's like Pokemon if you could like kill the Pokemon. And I'm like, that doesn't sound very, I think I'd be very sad. And he's like, yeah, maybe not play that one. It wasn't Beeb friendly. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my friend was saying he didn't think it was gonna be joy friendly. So I think we're in the same boat. And some of the friend could shoot guns. Yeah, I heard there were guns. I was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll pass on this one. Why does that exist and why is it popular? Yeah, well, I can kind of understand the appeal because like I think it's like people like the Pokemon, they sort of, again, putting aside the questions of like copyright infringement and all that, they kind of took the best of like Pokemon Arceus, you know, the whole concept of like running around, being like inhabiting the world with Pokemon that are just kind of like roaming around and like minding their business and like doing stuff out in the world and like capturing them or battling with them or whatever, or killing them, I guess. So So that, you know, that's fun. And then they combine it with like kind of like a survival simulation game. So you're not, you know, you're gathering life sims mechanic-y type stuff. So I can see how that can get addicting, right? You're like building your base, but you're also collecting things. And I'm sure that there's, you know, there's probably some appeal in the shenanigans. It's like, oh, it's Pokemon, but, you know, if you made it like not very family friendly. So I think there's some ridiculousness that people will maybe find funny. I can see that. Shenanigans. You know, there's some humor to it, I suppose. It's streamer bait, and it's a way for friends to talk together. That's true. Yeah, there's a multiplayer aspect to it, so it's kind of like that feeling of like, oh, multiplayer Pokemon. Like, that's something everyone wants to. You know, so it's, I don't know. It's very much appeals to the, like, the what if of some of these more popular, some of the more, the original franchises it borrows a lot of ideas from. So I can kind of understand why it's very popular right now. It's a hangout game, and hangout games doesn't have to be good. There's also discourse about how their previous game is still barely started. Oh, do they have a previous game? I don't know much about the company that makes Pal World. I just like really haven't looked into it. Yeah, that's probably not a good sign if they're making a new game and they have a previous game that isn't like done. Probably not a good sign. Craftopia, which is a glorified asset flip. I've never even heard of that. Wonder what that is. The name sounds appealing. They did a good job with the name. Like if I saw a game on a shelf at the game store named Craftopia, I'd be like, I'd pick it up. I would look at the cover. I'd look at the back cover and be like, is this fun? Here. How do I shade this belt? A B game. What's a B game? Craftopia is? The logo also looks really good for Craftopia, but I heard that it's an early access game that got like one small update once. Oh no, that's disappointing. And maybe that's their business model, is that they just make early access games that they sell. Hype up and then they don't actually ever finish them. That'd be kind of sad though. Oh, that's disappointing. Imagine like getting really into a game and then it's like the developers just never finish it. That'd be so sad, no. What's the right color for these belts? Seems a bit harsh. Color seems a bit harsh. Make it a softer. Softer color. Yeah. Okay. That was Cube World for me back in the day. Wasn't that No Man's Sky too? Oh, really? Yeah, I guess on the other hand, it's bound to happen. Like some things just won't get finished, I suppose. There's a reason why Steam puts a disclaimer that you're buying an early access game in its current state and that you should only buy it if you like the game in the current state rather than what the devs promise. That's true. Cube World dev charged $20 for an alpha and it got all hyped and then they didn't update it until like years later. Oh wow. Oh no, that's too bad. Yeah, I definitely tend to be like... I tend to not be the kind of person to buy early access stuff. I don't know why. I tend to be, I'm the kind of person, like, the reason I haven't gotten to Pal World, even though, like, before I learned about the killing of the pals, it seemed like something that would be, like, appealing to me. But the reason I haven't gotten into it is, like, I don't know. There's just so many, like, cozy type games, like life sim type games that are coming out that it's sort of... I can't play them all. So I think I just kind of subconsciously decided to just wait and see which ones sort of rise to the top after other people have tried them. You know what I mean? And that way I don't spend time playing a game that ends up not being that good. I feel like I wish I'd kind of done that with Palia. Like but it's fine because I didn't pay for Palia. It was a free to download game. But I tried it for a little while on stream actually, I think. But it was like just okay. But afterwards I was sort of like, I could have been playing, I don't know, Story of Seasons instead. Lethal Company is still in early access. Ah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess Lethal Company is. That's true. Wasn't Phasmo also in early access for a long time? While it was popular? Cube World got in on the Minecraft hype and then died for a decade. Oh, dang. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a similar pattern, actually. Like, the Pal World seems to be definitely cashing in on the, like, Pokemon Arceus, Breath of the Wild, Genshin Impact hype. It seems very similar to me. But again, I haven't played it, so I'm not, like, probably the best person to criticize it. But yeah, that definitely seems to be what's going on there. And then just general Pokemon similarities. Keyboard was very unfinished, and like Lethal, you kind of run out of things to do quickly, but Lethal I feel has more longevity. Yeah. They did a good job making it very replayable. The devs are smart about that, which makes sense. I mean, replayability is sort of key to a game like that. Phasmo is still in early access. Oh, okay. Well, Phasmo devs are doing a good job. Working hard on it. Changing stuff up. Lethal Company is an example of a game that looks like it's going to get some dev attention, unlike some of the early access stuff. I buy an early access game knowing it won't necessarily continue to get updates. Yeah, that's fair. Have I used RPG Game Maker before? RPG Game Maker? Do you mean Game Maker, the IDE Game Maker, or do you mean RPG Maker? The, like, of RPG Maker fame? I don't know what I was going to say. I've been using... Oh, RPG Maker. Oh, okay. I have, a long time ago. Long time ago. Probably when I was like, yeah, like more than 10 years ago. It's been a really long time. Why do you ask? Coincidentally, I did see a copy of RPG Maker for the PlayStation at the Retro Game Swap I was at yesterday. That was kind of a fun find. I didn't buy it though. Sometimes ideas just stunt early, and that's unfortunately how it goes sometimes. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sometimes, you start working on a thing, and then it's like, actually, I'm not super excited about this idea. Or I've sort of like, it's actually a lot harder to pull this off than I thought to make it like good. Or I'm just not excited about it anymore. Yeah, sometimes it do be like that. Have you made any games before? No, I don't think so. I think I just,
All I remember doing was messing around with like various scripts. Like I think I've implemented like small things before, like looking at community scripts for like, oh, this is how you make a Final Fantasy style like battle screen and like a menu and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna copy paste that into my game. And then I like, would do that. And I've made like a very simple map where you're just kind of walking around and like talking to people. But I've never made any sort of like completed game with like an idea or anything like that. And actually, even back then, I wasn't really aware of the like RPG Maker game community. Like I never played any of like that one RPG Maker game I played a while ago for Halloween. That was like the first time I've ever played through like somebody else's RPG Maker game. I think. Can't remember. So yeah, I messed around in it, but I never really like made anything. I mentioned this before, but I am working on a game now. We'll see if we, finish it. But my friend and I are working on kind of a small little game in Game Maker. I think nowadays, at my point in my life, I feel like I find coding just like a little bit more natural since I'm so used to it now. You can probably, I don't know, it's probably a lot more flexible than RPG Maker nowadays, but we'll see. The answer may be yes, like this time next year. You're working on a game Maker, yeah! You made a little thing recently, yeah. I think you've mentioned before you've been working on a game or you've made one before. Did you like just finish it, or what kind of thing did you make? Sometimes it's a scam from the beginning. That's the risk you take when you basically buy a thing that's on the this is unfinished list. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, buying anything buying anything early is a buyer beware sort of situation. There's a lot of that going on actually in the mechanical keyboard community. I feel like recently there's been a large string of like companies promising like keycaps or keyboards and then like opening for pre-orders and then just like running away with the money. I feel like that's happened a lot recently. Or just, stuff getting made and then not getting stuff getting made and like shipping out to some people but not everyone, and then some people not getting refunds, and it's just a big mess. But the mechanical keyboard community is very much oriented around pre-orders, which is kind of maybe part of the problem. I don't know, but it's just kind of how the way the community has done things. So I do not like how kind of bright I made this bag. I feel like I should taking too much attention. Just made a little thing on the tweeter. I'll have to take a look. Do I follow your tweeter? Do I know your tweeter? I don't know if you've ever mentioned it here. I can't remember. I try not to look at tweeter too much. But if you're comfortable with putting your Twitter in the chat, I would love to see it. Or you could whisper it. I would love to see. Some of my fondest gaming times were with games that weren't finished yet, even in games that didn't end up getting a proper update after I bought it. Played a lot of Minecraft over the years. Ah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think as Lime was saying earlier in the chat, the most important thing is enjoying it. Spend money on it, you enjoy it. That's all that really matters. Not like there's no real like moral obligation to make finished games. And I'm sure it gets hard too, like if your game goes viral, that's probably a blessing and a curse. A lot of high expectations, that you suddenly have to deal with. A pre-order is always going to be a risk, yep. Wish it wasn't, but even a pre-order for a popular game may not be great. Looks at Cyberpunk. Aww. Oh no. Yeah.
I felt that with even just kind of more recent games too. Like I pre-ordered Rune Factory 5, pre-ordered which wasn't super good, and then I remember I pre-ordered some years ago. There was a game that the original game of Harvest Moon, or the original creator of Harvest Moon, started working on a game called Little Dragons Cafe. And he announced at this anime con that I happened to be at. So I actually got to meet him. He was just like hanging around at the like game company booth. So I got to meet him and I gave him some of my fan art. But yeah, so he was there promoting the game. I pre-ordered it, obviously. But it wasn't very good. It was like so laggy. It was really not a fun experience. I didn't even finish it. I think I ended up selling it. So that was sad. I really wanted to like it. The concept was fun. Like you're running a cafe and also raising a dragon. And I'm like, pet raising plus like cafe management? That sounds great. But it wasn't very good. I'm very sad to say. I hope he gets the chance to work on a game again. I like pre-ordering games from devs I like. Yeah. That's probably the safest way to go about it. Dev's first game goes viral. He knows he's never gonna get another burst of money from that game again. Knows he doesn't have the skills to live up to everyone's expectations. All the motivation to update gets just sucked away. Yeah. I think that's probably how it goes. Probably how it goes. I mean that would definitely happen to me. I would probably be very scared of disappointing people if it were me. So yeah, it's hard. Getting famous is hard. That's why I kind of wish my little Twitch stream stays small forever. I do not ever want to go viral. It just seems very difficult to deal with. Yeah, some people can get through it. But some people just don't. It's just really hard. I feel like you need a lot of support and like I think good emotional and you need to be in a good space mentally to handle all that stuff. Everyone's gonna be mad at me either way. Why not just take the money and do something? Yeah. Exactly. Oh my gosh. It is almost 6 o'clock here where I am, which means it's almost dinner time. I did not get very far in this painting. But at least I think the composition is generally where I want it to be. You sent the little thing you made in Game Maker? Oh, cool. Okay, I'll check it out after the stream. Thank you. I'm proud of you, even though I haven't looked at it yet. Finishing a thing, that alone is commendable. There are many things I always start lots of things and I never finish them. So finishing a thing is very good, like good job. I like this art. Oh, thank you. I do too. I think it's turning out well. I just need to I need to figure out what the deal is with these like wooden objects in the background and make them not look so like, I don't know. They look like sand blocks. Like somebody made like crate-shaped sandcastles. It's a nice looking crate. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think the shading is there. I just need to get like the texture. The color doesn't seem quite right to me yet, but you know, I'll mess with it. All right. We'll get through this. Hopefully maybe I'll have time to finish it later today and I'll post it. Oh, you never finished it? Oh, okay. I take it back then. I take it back. Nah, it's getting stuff into a shareable state is also, I think, commendable. Some people don't get that far. Cool. Okay, well, I think I'll end the stream here because it's about dinner time. and I wanna eat dinner, and then I gotta catch up on the Final Fantasy 14 story. So I gotta make sure to do that before it becomes Monday and we get all busy with work. Oh my god, I should make sure to save. I haven't saved in a long time. Coded a bunch of stuff, but didn't use a lot of it. Oh yeah, that's development for you. I feel like I throw away a lot of things when I program stuff. I'm like, oh, I should do it this way, and then I'm like, wait, this is a bad idea. Why did I do it this way? And then you just throw everything away. Looks good. Focusing a color tends you to leave you wanting for other colors. So I think if it feels like it needs more color, that means it just did its job being themed after a certain color. Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's very harmonious in green. And I think you're exactly right. This is kind of what I struggle with, is like using contrasting colors in like a nice way. I once saw a tweet, I think, about like this concept or technique of like layering warm and cool colors in the composition to make it look interesting, but I haven't quite grasped that, I think, in my mind. But anyway, thank you everybody. Thanks for coming to hang out. Still streaming. I'm just about to end. Good of you to come back though. Hello again, Greg. Yeah, we'll be back. I guess since I didn't stream on Saturday, I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll try. I think I should be able to stream on Tuesday for Tama Tuesday. So we'll be back playing Tamagotchi Adventure Kingdom. Yeah. We'll see what the new updates are. I think they just fixed a bunch of bugs, but I'll try to take a look beforehand at the developers Discord and see what they added in the new update. So, but I'll see you again, probably 8:30 p.m. Pacific time ish, on Tuesday. So if you're interested in that, I'll see you then. Otherwise, have a good week. Thank you everybody, and have a good rest of your night. Bye everybody. Good night. Bye.